some call it cockiness. Some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. With the catch, it's Watson. Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, nice job by the QB. It's 3rd down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Watson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Barnett. Pressure coming. On his feet at the 40. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now breaking the field. throws to the wideout. Makes the grab outside. It's Staley. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. So first down in the red zone, and this crowd getting behind its defense. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
They'll run it from the gun. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Gets it out fast. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll give it on the counter. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. Finds his tight end. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Jackson going to throw it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. back to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. And the Razorbacks are marching down the field.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, he'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. Smashes ahead. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And it makes it so hard on the defense trying to stop these guys because they're not just throwing it to wide receivers in the passing game. They've got a huge weapon here at tight end, and he just shows you how difficult he is to bring down after the catch.
Quarterback will keep it. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Jackson will throw. Here comes the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Forced out of the pocket. Fires to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And that's really good 3rd down defense. You've given up some yards. Who cares? Down here right near the goal line, you bow your neck up. You force the 4th down. Nice job breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out. It's Staley. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here is the Tennessee offense. Both teams scored on their first possessions, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. There he goes! And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
Give to the single back. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. It is a maxim of Tennessee football that you must be physical.
Physical. It's just kind of people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want to do the dirty work. They're willing to do the dirty work, and you love it when your team has a bunch of grinders, a bunch of physical guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys that want to work.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Volunteers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Watson. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. The offense set for a first down play. They send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quick handoff. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Razorbacks will hustle to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He takes a chance and fires it across the field. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Jackson gonna throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the D.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Oh, he's got some space. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. And the Vols can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Davis. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The RPO, it's complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. back to pass. It's Barnett. That's caught. It's Matthews. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
It'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Quarterback moving. Going for 6. Touchdown, Tennessee. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Brown. Turning it on. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Jackson will throw. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The offense changing the play. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got the quick pass. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Well, that was a huge touchdown for the offense there, just to try to get some mojo going here at halftime. It had been tough sledding here in the first half. Only a field goal before they finally got into the end zone. So obviously still a lot of work to do. You're still trailing on the scoreboard. That's going to do a lot for their confidence, I think, before heading into the second half.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. He lets it fly. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. To the air, it's Barnett. A shot toward the end zone. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking, they get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo, big swing.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
A really nice job by the quarterback, putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
Grab behind the line, it's Brown. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Razorbacks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, running back on the move. All down, but he has enough. Move the chains.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Got a man. It's Flanagan. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. He wants to change this route. Jackson going to throw it. Quarterback extends the play. Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect. They keep the drive going.
And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
They'll run play action. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. wants to throw again. Another incompletion on third down.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Breaks into the open. Touchdown ball! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Davis. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Rides to back on the option to give. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Lets it fly. Makes the grab on the left side. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. Makes the grab. It's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Snagged in the middle. It's Anthony. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the air.
And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Arkansas.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. He's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
Gets it out quickly. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
To the air, it's Barnett. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. Good presence of mind by the quarterback there to not panic when the ball went on the ground and able to get it back.
I would just like to see better ball security reads from the quarterback, too. You know, you got to keep two hands on the ball at all times. It doesn't matter. You're looking downfield. You know you're going to have guys around you trying to swap.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense has it. They're on the move. Touchdown, Razorbacks. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We've reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. He'll bring it out. It's Newton. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Still on his feet. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Scanning the field. It's Barnett. Under fire. The short hands. It's Matthews. There he goes. Touchdown, Volunteers. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Send that offense back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
That's caught. It's Davis. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He'll try to do it himself. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Barnett. Extending the play. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Catch in the middle. It's Davis. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it. You practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Touchdown, Tennessee! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can...
He's going for it all. He's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Marshall is ahead right now in Huntington, but that's not exactly Randy Moss out there controlling this game. Things are a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over UTSA. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Dropping back, it's Barnett. He unleashes a long one. Pulls it in on the right. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like Which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Tennessee.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Grab near the marker. It's Matthews. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The quarterback takes a knee. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.